What's up, guys? I thought I'd make a quick little video about what turns people away from God. And this is kind of inspired by like a comment that I had in my previous video to this one. But I think that a lot of times people perceive religion and God as being an imposition to their will for themselves in their lives and what their pursuit of happiness. Um, and I think that this is kind of a new thing because these ideas of having the inherent right to a pursuit of happiness are kind of new. 200 years old, 300 years old ideas. You know, so people are just now starting. You're just now starting to see the very real effects of people turning away from a monotheistic God, at least. And I think people feel like there's an imposition of having to do what uh, well, I wouldn't even say an imposition of morality, but like because I think most atheists and people that don't believe in God at least sympathize with a moral, religious take on culture. You know, like if you come from a Muslim country, you probably sympathize with the way that, you probably sympathize with Islam, even if you don't believe in God. Same in America, you would sympathize with a Christian morality, but you just don't believe that there's a God. So, to me, I think that the biggest things to think about if you are one of these people is like how much do you sympathize with that morality? Do you really value those ideals? Because if so, I think it's doing yourself a disservice to not fully explore the possibilities of there being a God. And I know that sounds incredibly like biased coming from like a Christian dude or whatever. But I mean, like, I was basically a LaVeyan Satanist for like 10 years of my life, you know what I mean? Like, I never went to California. I never had a like Satanist membership card, Church of Satan membership card. I read the book, the Satanic Bible, and I thought it was probably the closest thing that I really identified with personal um accountability and not accountability, but personal relying on yourself and relying on your own will to manifest your desires. And I don't think that's necessarily an evil thought to rely on your own will to manifest your desires. It just depends on what your desires are. You know what I mean? Like, if your desires are to, like, I don't know, to rob homeless people and, do terrible stuff, that's obviously not a good thing. But if your desires are to just be a happy, healthy person, you know, please rely on your own will to achieve that goal. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that stops most people is they get caught up in this like self-pity cycle of uh, they get caught up in this like feeling of like I'm not worthy of uh, success basically, and it's just they sell themselves short. Everyone is worthy of whatever work they put into something. If you work for something, you deserve the rewards of whatever you work towards achieving. It's that simple. Um, but I think people also have this idea that if you believe in God, you have to have like an absolute faith, like a prosperity gospel type of faith that, if I believe in God, so I have to tithe this much and go to this temple and believe this thing, or I won't have a happy afterlife, whatever. And I think that's just a kind of a lot of nonsense. And once you get caught into those types of um, thoughts, it's hard to escape them because it's indoctrination. Uh, but at the same time, I think if you identify with those thoughts, don't resist them. Um, I'm not gonna tell you what isn't true. I'm just telling you things that I look out for as being shady. But yeah, I also had another thought about from this comment that inspired this video. Is it was about CNN and like not trusting the news, not watching the news. And I don't really watch much news anymore. If anything, I'll watch like anomalies streams or Owen Benjamin or you know I try to check out Infowars every once in a while, but it's not like news. You know what I mean? It's like almost parody of news. And so yeah, I was thinking about like in my last video, the video that this person commented on, I was talking about how the mental health industry is a scam, and I mentioned how if you can watch the news all the time and not be super depressed, you're a psychopath. And then I started thinking after I read this person's comment about how like the news sells you pills for your depression and gives you the depression, but it's also like they sell you these fluoride drugs, these drugs that basically just dull reality. I mean, that's basically what fluoride does. Is it takes the edge off of reality in certain doses. You know what I'm saying? Like there are other things that fluoride can do. Some people say it's good for your teeth. I don't personally believe it's good for your teeth, but I don't think it matters if it is. I mean, teeth are not my number one concern. Um, but I think it's silly if I think it's silly for anyone that thinks that the government is so concerned about your teeth that they're going to put fluoride in the water for your dental hygiene. But anyway, the news, CNN, and all these cable news networks sell you these fluoride drugs, so they basically scare you and to make you sad, and then they dull you out, and it's just like basically making stupid, afraid people, and you know what I mean, like the most volatile type of person that you know what I'm saying. If you're not very smart, if you don't have a great understanding of like what's going on around you, and you're super afraid, you're unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's like they're creating these types of like they're creating these mass shootings and shit. They're scaring people and then putting them on like take the edge off medication, and it just does not work out. It doesn't work with everybody's brain chemistry, and they know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that, of course they know that they're dulling you out, but I don't know. Anyway, I hope that made some sense. I love you guys. Peace.